Judas Priest are back on the road celebrating their 50 heavy metal years.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
And with the kickoff of the US leg of the tour, Priest decided to treat their die-hard fans with a lot of surprises, for which the defenders of the faith have been waiting for a long time. Upon their latest arrival to the United States, the band has completely changed their setlist compared to the one they had earlier in Europe, as Richie Faulkner said in one of the interviews before that, to reflect the 40th anniversary of Screamin' for Vengeance. And here I just wanted to point out that I personally absolutely love this choice of songs, possibly even more than the one which appeared in Europe, because in my opinion it actually much better represents the idea of celebrating the 50-plus-year-long career of Judas Priest, as the band decided to include more deep cuts and sack some of the hits they almost always play live.
Judas is running.
The band opened the shows with a tape recording of the Hellion going into Electric Eye, and then plays Riding on the Wind for the first time since 2005 Angel of Retribution tour. All in all, Judas Priest performed 4 songs from Screamin' for Vengeance, including of course the band's hit You've Got Another Thing Coming and the album's title track, just the thought of which may sound like utter madness given its speed and complexity, yet it sounds great, and I honestly don't understand how a mortal human being can sound like this when he's 71 years old. In addition, the tour features a live debut of Never the Heroes, which I consider to be one of the best tracks of Firepower, and the return of the band's classic and the only song co-written with Lax Binks, Beyond the Realms of Death. But most importantly, for the very first time since the 28th of October in 1982, Judas Priest includes the song Genocide on the setlist. By the way, I absolutely love how everyone in the band, including Rob Halford, goes to the band's dad, Ian Hill, for more nerdy info about it.
Ian Hill on bass, founding member of Judas Priest. Still fun. Hey, is this song from Rock'n'Rolla? It's not. Is it from Signs of Destiny? Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, thanks for catching me up on that. Ian, have we ever played this before live in like 20 years? 30 years? 40 years? About 40 years. That's a long time.
Honestly, I just love it.
This is all going to be on the internet in about 10 minutes. So, yeah.
And I also very much favor the idea of dropping Painkiller, which of course is a great song, yet has been played many times live, in favor of another track from that record. And so I truly believe that in such way this setlist is actually much more all-embracing, as the band actually plays the songs from 11 out of the 18 studio records, compared to the 9 from the European leg of the tour. And in such way, combining both legs actually goes full circle and plays the songs from almost each studio record, except from the 2 infamous albums released during the 1990s period. But the Tim River Owens era actually gets an unexpected recognition in a slightly different way. A couple of days ago, the first studio record without Rob Halford on vocals, the album Juggalator, celebrated its 25th anniversary. And so, as a very unexpected surprise for any Judas Priest fan, the band actually announced a limited edition Juggalator merch to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the band's 1997 album, which I believe is already available for pre-order at judaspriest.com, and was, to be honest with you, a very unexpected thing to me personally. By the way, those who follow Metal Pilgrim on Instagram or Facebook do know that I was supposed to release this episode almost a week ago. Yet because of the constant air raid sirens and shelling of the civilian infrastructure here in Kyiv, Ukraine, I had to record it in just small bits and pieces and I was able to finish it just now. So guys, please do not forget that the biggest war since World War II is going on right now in the middle of Europe, and continue supporting Ukraine in any way you possibly can. I'll make sure to leave some links in a pinned comment as well. And I don't really think that Judas Priest will ever include any of the Tim Ripper Owens songs in the setlist, yet it would be really cool to see Tim in the audience during the Judas Priest Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction next month. Which brings us to the final segment about the most discussed Judas Priest news in the recent days. After much speculation and uncertainty, both the band and KK Downing confirmed that yes, KK Downing will join Judas Priest during the induction, and yes, he will perform together with the band on stage. This will mark the first time KK Downing will join his former bandmates in 12 years, as the band will perform a medley of supposedly their classic songs. Since Judas Priest of course will not be the only band inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that night,
Why, God, why?
they, just like everybody else, will only receive a limited time slot to perform. And according to Scott Travis, the band will most likely go with a medley of their most classic songs, which I'm almost sure will be the ones with which Glenn Tipton usually goes up on stage with the band now, those possibly being Metal Gods, Breaking the Law, and Living After Midnight.
Give it up!
But either way, no matter which songs they play, this night will of course be a great addition to the celebration of the 50 heavy metal years of one of the greatest heavy metal bands to ever walk the earth. And what do you guys think? Which songs they will go with that night? And most importantly, what do you personally think about the current set list on the US leg of the band's 50 heavy metal years tour, and whether you're planning to see the band live on this leg or not? Please let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this short video, guys, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!